What if the biggest problem in your life is not your circumstances, but the way you think about them? Every day, people make decisions that shape their future. Some decisions lead to success, peace, and growth. Others lead to stress, regret, and confusion. The difference is not intelligence or luck. The difference is clarity of thought. When your mind is clear, your decisions become powerful. When your mind is clouded by emotions, fear, and distractions, even simple choices become difficult. The ancient Stoic philosophers understood this deeply. Thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus believed that mastering your thoughts is the foundation of a strong and meaningful life. Clear thinking allows you to stay calm in chaos, see opportunities in difficulties, and make decisions that move your life forward. Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to sharing powerful Stoic wisdom that can help you strengthen your mind, improve your discipline, and transform your life. When you subscribe, you become part of a community that is focused on growth, strength, and wisdom. Now let us explore how Stoic philosophy can help you think clearly and make better decisions. One of the most important Stoic lessons is learning to separate facts from emotions. Many people make decisions based on temporary feelings. Anger, fear, excitement, or anxiety can easily cloud judgment. When emotions control your thinking, your decisions become reactive instead of rational. Stoic philosophy teaches that emotions are natural, but they should not control your actions. When something happens, the first step is to pause and observe the situation calmly. Ask yourself what is actually happening, not what you feel is happening. This small shift creates mental clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively, you respond with wisdom. Clear thinkers do not rush their decisions. They step back, analyze the situation, and then act with intention. Another powerful Stoic principle is focusing only on what you can control. Much of the stress people experience comes from worrying about things outside their control. Other people's opinions, unexpected problems, or events that cannot be changed often consume mental energy. Stoics believed that peace of mind comes from accepting what cannot be controlled and focusing fully on what can. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your actions. When you focus on these things, your thinking becomes clearer and your decisions become more effective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the world, you begin directing your energy toward meaningful action. Clear thinking also requires removing unnecessary distractions. Modern life is filled with constant noise. Social media, endless notifications, and constant information can overwhelm the mind. When your attention is scattered, your thinking becomes shallow and reactive. Stoic philosophy encourages intentional focus. Take time away from distractions. Spend time reflecting, reading, or simply sitting with your thoughts. When the mind becomes quiet, clarity begins to appear. This is why many Stoics practice journaling and reflection. Writing down thoughts helps organize the mind and reveal deeper understanding. The more you train your focus, the more powerful your thinking becomes. Another essential Stoic habit for clear thinking is learning to slow down your reactions. Many mistakes happen because people react instantly without reflection. A harsh comment, a frustrating situation, or an unexpected problem can trigger emotional responses that lead to poor decisions. Stoic wisdom teaches that between an event and your reaction, there is a moment of choice. If you pause during that moment, you gain control. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can choose a response that aligns with your values and long-term goals. This ability to pause and think clearly is one of the greatest forms of mental strength. Stoic philosophy also teaches the importance of viewing problems from a broader perspective. Sometimes challenges feel overwhelming simply because we are too close to them. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, many problems lose their power. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is temporary and that many worries are small when viewed from a wider perspective. By remembering this, you can prevent small difficulties from controlling your thoughts. Clarity often comes from distance. When you see situations objectively, you make wiser decisions. Another powerful way to improve thinking is practicing self-reflection. Stoics believed that examining your thoughts and actions daily leads to wisdom. At the end of the day, ask yourself simple questions. Did I react wisely today? Did I allow emotions to control my decisions? What can I improve tomorrow? These questions sharpen awareness and encourage personal growth. Clear thinking is not something that happens automatically. It is a skill that improves with practice. The more you reflect on your decisions, the stronger your judgment becomes. Patience is another key element of clear thinking. In a world that demands quick results and instant answers, patience has become rare. However, many of the best decisions require time and careful thought. Stoic philosophy encourages patience and deliberate action. Instead of rushing to conclusions, allow yourself time to consider different possibilities. Patience prevents impulsive mistakes and creates room for wiser choices. When you slow down your thinking, your decisions become more powerful. Another Stoic principle for better decisions is aligning your choices with your values. Clear thinking is not only about logic. It is also about character. When your decisions are guided by strong values such as honesty, discipline, courage, and wisdom, your path becomes clearer. Stoics believed that living according to virtue leads to a meaningful life. When you know what you stand for, many difficult decisions become easier. Your values become your compass. Confidence in decision-making also grows when you accept that mistakes are part of learning. Many people struggle with decisions because they fear making the wrong choice. Stoic philosophy teaches that mistakes are opportunities for growth. Every experience offers a lesson. Instead of fearing failure, view each decision as practice in developing wisdom. This mindset reduces anxiety and allows you to think more freely and clearly. Clear thinking also requires discipline of the mind. Just as the body becomes stronger through exercise, the mind becomes sharper through mental training. Reading thoughtful books, reflecting on ideas, and practicing focus all strengthen your thinking. Stoic philosophers dedicated time every day to improving their understanding of life. This commitment to learning helped them develop clarity and resilience. Your mind becomes what you train it to be. When you consistently apply these Stoic principles, something remarkable begins to happen. Your thoughts become calmer. Your decisions become wiser. Your confidence begins to grow. Instead of feeling lost or overwhelmed, you start navigating life with clarity and purpose. The world becomes less chaotic because your mind becomes more disciplined. This is the true power of Stoicism. If you found value in these Stoic lessons and want to continue strengthening your mind, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to sharing powerful Stoic philosophy that can help you build mental strength, discipline, clarity, and personal growth. Many people believe that success in life comes from intelligence, talent, or luck. But the Stoics believed something very different. They believed that the quality of your life depends largely on the quality of your thinking. If your thinking is confused, emotional, and reactive, your decisions will reflect that confusion. But when your thinking becomes calm, rational, and disciplined, your decisions become stronger and more effective. This is why Stoic philosophy focuses heavily on mastering the mind. The mind is like a tool. When it is trained, it can build an extraordinary life. When it is uncontrolled, it creates chaos. Great Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of guarding the mind against negative thoughts, distractions, and unnecessary worries. Clear thinking is not something you are born with. It is something you practice every day. The problem with modern thinking. In today's world, the mind is constantly under attack. Notifications, news, social media, opinions, and endless streams of information make it difficult for anyone to think deeply. People rarely sit quietly with their own thoughts anymore. Instead of reflecting, most people react. Instead of thinking carefully, they rush into decisions. Instead of questioning ideas, they absorb whatever information appears in front of them. This is why confusion and anxiety are so common. The Stoics understood that protecting the mind from unnecessary noise is essential for clarity. They believed that a calm and disciplined mind is one of the greatest strengths a person can possess. Why clear thinking is so powerful? When your mind becomes clear, several powerful things begin to happen. You stop reacting emotionally to every small problem. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You become less influenced by other people's opinions. You make decisions based on logic and wisdom rather than fear or pressure. Clear thinking allows you to live with purpose instead of constantly feeling lost or overwhelmed. This is one of the reasons Stoic philosophy has remained relevant for thousands of years. The challenges of life change, but the human mind remains the same. Learning to observe your thoughts. One of the most important Stoic practices is learning to observe your own thoughts. Most people assume that every thought they have is true. But Stoics understood that thoughts are often distorted by emotions, fears, and assumptions. For example, imagine someone criticizes you. Your mind might immediately think, "They hate me. They are disrespecting me. I need to respond immediately." But when you step back and observe the situation calmly, you might realize that the criticism was not as serious as you first believed. Maybe the person was simply having a bad day. Maybe they misunderstood something. Maybe their opinion is not important at all. By observing your thoughts instead of blindly believing them, you gain control over your reactions. The Stoic pause. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is learning to pause before reacting. Between an event and your reaction, there is always a small moment of choice. This moment is extremely powerful. When someone insults you, you can pause. When you face a problem, you can pause. When you feel angry or frustrated, you can pause. This pause allows logic to return before emotions take control. Epictetus often reminded his students that people are disturbed not by events themselves but by the way they interpret those events. When you learn to pause and examine your interpretation, you gain clarity. Clarity comes from simplicity. Another important Stoic lesson is the value of simplicity. Many people overcomplicate their decisions. They think too far into the future, imagine endless worst-case scenarios, and create unnecessary stress. Stoics believed that most decisions become easier when you simplify the situation. Ask yourself simple questions. What is the right thing to do? What action aligns with my values? What choice will move my life forward? When you remove unnecessary complications, the answer often becomes obvious. Avoiding emotional decisions. Emotions are natural and important, but they are not always reliable guides for decision-making. Anger can lead to destructive actions. Fear can cause missed opportunities. Excitement can lead to reckless choices. Stoic philosophy teaches that emotions should be acknowledged but not obeyed blindly. When you feel strong emotions, give yourself time before making important decisions. Allow the emotion to settle. Once the mind becomes calm again, you can evaluate the situation more clearly. The power of reflection. Stoic thinkers practiced daily reflection to improve their thinking. At the end of each day, they would review their actions and decisions. They would ask themselves, what did I do well today? Where did I allow emotions to control me? What could I do better tomorrow? This practice helped them develop self-awareness. Without reflection, people repeat the same mistakes again and again. Reflection turns every experience into a lesson. Thinking about the long term. Clear thinkers do not focus only on immediate rewards. They consider the long-term consequences of their actions. Many bad decisions feel good in the moment but create problems later. Stoic philosophy encourages long-term thinking. Ask yourself, will this decision still make sense a year from now? Will it move my life closer to the person I want to become? When you begin thinking in long-term terms, many poor choices become easier to avoid. Learning from challenges. Life will always include difficulties. Problems, failures, and unexpected obstacles are unavoidable. However, Stoics viewed challenges differently from most people. Instead of seeing problems as purely negative experiences, they saw them as opportunities to strengthen the mind. Every challenge teaches patience. Every setback builds resilience. Every mistake reveals a lesson. When you adopt this mindset, your thinking becomes stronger and more adaptable. Strengthening your mental discipline. Clear thinking also requires discipline. Your mind must be trained just like your body. Reading thoughtful books, learning from philosophy, and practicing deep thinking all strengthen your mental abilities. This is why Stoics valued education and personal growth. They understood that wisdom is developed gradually through study and reflection. The more effort you invest in improving your thinking, the more confident and capable you become. Living with purpose. Ultimately, clear thinking leads to a life of purpose. When your mind is disciplined and calm, you begin making decisions that align with your true values. You waste less time on meaningless distractions. You focus more on growth, relationships, and meaningful work. Your life becomes intentional rather than accidental. This is the true goal of Stoic philosophy. Not just surviving life, but living it with wisdom and clarity. Final thoughts. Clear thinking is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It allows you to remain calm during chaos, make wise decisions, and move through life with confidence. But like any skill, it requires consistent practice. You must train your mind to pause, reflect, and examine situations carefully. The more you practice these Stoic principles, the clearer your thinking will become. And when your thinking becomes clear, your life begins to change. If you found these Stoic lessons helpful and want to continue strengthening your mind and improving your decision-making, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. This channel is dedicated to sharing powerful Stoic wisdom that can help you develop discipline, mental strength, and clarity in everyday life. By subscribing, you will join a community focused on self-mastery, wisdom, and personal growth. Your journey toward clear thinking and better decisions starts today.